All right, welcome to another 124 webinar. My guest today is Director of Operations, Sherry Hoffman. And Sherry, actually this is more of a tutorial than it is a webinar because you're going to take us through an outline that you've prepared that helps go through some of the nuances of how to maneuver through the technology platform of 124. Everything from enrolling somebody to reissuing a ticket and so forth. So why don't I go ahead and turn it on over to you and go ahead and take it away with the great outline you've prepared. Go ahead.
Thank you, Phil. Well, I thought I'd start from the beginning with putting somebody on your waiting list and giving them a green ticket. So on this account that we've got here, if we go to our waiting list, we'll see that we have no one here. So Phil, I want to give my green ticket to you. My C ticket, we can see here, is currently available. And the first thing I have to do in order to give you that ticket is go to my referral console and add you. Okay, so I've added you. Now at this point, Phil, I can delete any of your information. If I want to delete you, if I want to edit you, I can do all of that here. However, once I go to my referral console and I assign you the ticket, I issue my next ticket to you, I am unable to edit or delete that information. So here, we're going to make sure you can have several people drop down. I choose the correct person. Issue my next ticket to. It's very important. You have to click the Save button. If you do not click the Save button, the ticket will not be available. So here I click Save. And now I can see that my current ticket belongs to Phil with the ticket number. If I go to my waiting list, you can see that there's really no way to edit that. There's no way to edit in the referral console. But let's say, Phil, I've given you my ticket and then you call me up and you say, I'm not going to do anything with this ticket. You know, I got some issues, so go ahead and give it to someone else. Well, at that point in time, I would simply take this ticket number and manually give it to someone else. It does not have to be assigned to the person on the waiting list who's actually going to redeem it. So at this point, I would take this and I would go, or you would give this ticket to the person who would then go to the website. They would put in the ticket, continue.
Where they go to the green ticket, the window opens and they paste it in there from a number you've provided them.
Correct. Now, we've got, here we've got, the app is pre-filled with your name. But at this point, the new person could simply just type that over and complete the enrollment process. It will allow them to do that, to go all the way through. So here we enter a username. It requires a numeral. So if we do, in this case, we'll just do webinar 1. Password, confirm. Your secret question, this is important. If you forget your username or your password, you'll need this to reset. And the contact information, this field here is where the checks will be issued to. So it's important that this address is correct. The checks do not go to the address for the shipping or the address for the billing. They go to the physical address, and that's this field. Oops. You have to select the country in order to get to the state field. If you don't have that selected, if you tab over it, you won't have a state in the drop-down, a state option.
Is this also, as you're filling this out, Sherry, where you recommend that they don't put any commas, dashes, hyphens, or anything like that, just actual numbers in the box?
That's always best. Here, you can see this is not a required field, but we do ask that you put this in here so that customer support can contact you if there's an order with your or a problem with your order or your shipment. Then we have a phone number. A lot of people don't have a phone number on file. Okay, so here we've got billing, same as physical, shipping, same as physical. Here's where you would put in your personal ID or a business ID. You have the option. And just know that if you decide that you want your website will have this name displayed, the first and the last name fields. If you want your checks to come to a company name, you would put that information here, and that will overwrite the name that your check is issued to. So here you would put business tax ID and the tax ID number if you chose to do that.
Could that also be changed later? Is that something you can go
back
that can
be
and change and edit?
Well, no, we don't. Once the tax ID number is in there, we don't allow it to be changed. The only exception is if you're going from a personal name to a business. But we don't allow. You can't edit that information. The tax ID, just for accounting purposes, commissioning purposes, 1099 purposes, that tax ID number needs to stay consistent throughout the year, and if there is a change, we have to do some manual adjustments on our end, if it's allowed.
Very good.
Okay. And here's where you enter your site name. You only enter the first part of the site. It will fill in the 124online.com. You can see by this example. You just do the web, just do the name itself. And this is all optional. Hit apply, and it'll tell me if I made a mistake. Looks like I did. Okay. The login name entered belongs to another user. Okay, and here I'm at the order page. And it defaults to quantity 1. This is where we enter the credit card information. It's very important that the billing information that you entered matches the credit card. If it doesn't, then the transaction won't process. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the screen for just a minute, Phil, so I can enter the credit card information so we can have a live sign-up. Out here we'll see a message. It says, please note to ensure successful credit card processing. This is just an informational message only. It doesn't mean that you've got an error with your card. So here we click finish.
Just because it's big and red doesn't mean you did it wrong.
Now you can see the transaction is processing. Okay, now I have my receipt. Here I've got my PCID number, the order number,